What's up, everyone? It is your boy Victor Freeze, and this is another relationship time hit my Catherine music. We going right into it. Today I have something on my mind that I've been thinking about. I've been at work taking calls from stupid people who don't know how to work computers, and I realized something. I was like, man, you know what? I talk about love all the time, and I always talk about it from different perspectives, but I've never looked inward. I've never looked at myself and love. I mean, y'all all know that I like BDSM at this point, but there is more to love than just sexual matters. You know what I'm saying? My motto has always been, that was a crazy read. Did y'all see that? But yeah, never mind. My motto has always been, you cannot love wholeheartedly, fully someone else unless you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's a little different for me because I have narcissistic tendencies. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different for me. But even before I knew that I was like this, I wasn't like this all of my life. I would say, man, I'm in love with this person. I'm in love with this person. I'm in love. Boom, boom, boom. But I didn't even like myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know who I was, fully. I always, it was just, I like video games and I go with the flow with whatever the girl likes, but that's not it. Once you get older, you start having the things that this is what it is, this isn't going to be what it is, and I got to find a girl that fits in with that. So, let's see if I can take y'all on this journey with me. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, loving who you are, or at least knowing who you are. Let's not get to love just yet. Knowing who you are. Fatality first game? I got you, buddy. We're going to get back to that in a second. But knowing who you are. What do you love? What do you love to do? What do you not love to do? What are some goals that you have? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Does he or she or them or they fall into that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to be like, man, I love this girl. She does the things I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's hard to find that. First off, you found this girl. Let's just say video games. She loves video games. You love video games. That's cool. But like, when it comes to the goals, to the aspirations, to the dreams, do y'all match up at that point? For example, this is purely example. When I was in love with a girl once, and she had most of the things that you would need. You're not gonna find everything, but you can find most of the things. But one thing that she told me was she never wanted to have kids. And, I couldn't rock with that because I want 2 little girls. And no matter how much, how much budging would happen, she would never come off of that. She didn't want kids. And like, you try to go on with the relationship, but deep down, I wasn't cool with that. You know what I'm saying? It could be other things, but that's the example I gave. It's like with the kids. Like, I wanted a little girl, 2 little girls, and she was like, I can't, I ain't in line with that, and the relationship had to end. That's my example. But I've heard many people say many different things about it. This guy just wanted to be a bum or wanted to be a rapper, and I wanted to have, I want to do my thing. Or this guy wants me to be a stay-at-home wife, and I'm not cool with that. Or this guy is too eccentric, is stuff like that. Those are also things you have to take into account, and you'll only know that by knowing yourself. I mean, you'll get a little twinge, you'll get a little twinge, like, man, I don't know if I'm cool with that. Like, but you'll put it away. But when you know the things you're not rocking with. Like things that are just hard no. Like for me, cigarettes, hard no. You smoke cigs, I can't fuck with you. That's just how it is. Yeah, I'm a teabag, you know what I'm saying? I told him, he fatality first game, we was gonna get back to that. You know what I'm saying? But there's still one more game to go. Like, yeah, cigs, I can't mess with that. Not having kids, I can't mess with that. You know what I'm saying? Not loving video games, I can't mess with that. So like those are things that are like, are just certain things. There's more, but those are certain things that are non-negotiable. Like those are things where it's like, you know, like fuck it. Like I don't care how good you are. Those things are non-negotiable. Like those are things that I want. Especially from a person that I plan to spend the rest of my life with. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck, that's a big thing, and that's a big thing that's a big commitment for you to not have at least some of the things that you need. It's not just a want at that point. Like I mean, I guess it is just a want. Like I want the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to do. I think I'd be a good dad. And you know, there's not many girls in my family, so I want little girls. Now, if I have little boys, is the relationship over? No. But kids in general, let's just put it like that. But anyway, another thing that comes to mind is, what are you comfortable with? Like, because there are little nuances that, like, you know, like I do, and it can be annoying. It can get grating. You got to know you. You know what I'm saying? You got to know these things. These certain things that only you would know, or you and very close people would know. It's like, yeah, I do this, and you know, it could get annoying. Like you know, if someone chews on their food, it's a little thing in my head that's like, you son of a bitch. Like, why are you doing such things? So those are other things. Another big thing that we're gonna get into in a little bit is, like, you know, self-hate is a real thing that I dealt with for a long time, and we're gonna get to that in just a second. But did you see that read?
What? How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding.
That's stupid, guys.
I didn't.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid.
See, I didn't want to go for the Victor Free special because I didn't truly know. But But I did go for just to wait and see. Because if he woke up with buttons, I'm at a range where I can react and block. And if he woke up with that, then, you know, I just crack his skull open. You know, it's pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? Those are the rules. But, you know, maybe next time I'll go for the Victor Free special. It has been a while since you've seen it, but you will see it soon. But anyway, here's where we get to the nitty gritty. I know tons of people who don't love themselves. They always think that there's something wrong, you know, and I'm not mad at these people because I used to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in my household, man, like, you either won or you lost. Like, there's no yeah, you did good, buddy. There's no participation trophies. You know what I'm saying? You either did good or you ain't do good. And if you ain't do good, you're gonna hear about it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I always got overlooked. You know, like, my ideas got overlooked, my plans. And when I did do the plans, you know what I'm saying, some of them would turn out great, some not so much, you know? So I always got overlooked, and I used to hate myself, man. Didn't have any friends because, you know, I was a weird kid. And I would always, like, look at a girl and be like, man, she would make me complete, you know, her. This is middle school, high school. Man, she would make me fucking, you know, yeah. But, like, I didn't even know who I was. I didn't even love myself. So, like for example, like, this is just the thing. This is all with me. You know, if you have different viewpoints and stuff, please put it down. I want to hear about it. Let's start a conversation. Let's crack skulls too. Did you see that? But anyway, Like, the whole thing is, if I don't love myself, but the way that I deal with my pain and shit is to cause harm to myself and my body, what do you think I'm gonna do to you? I don't even love myself. Can I truly love you? So guess what I'm gonna do to you? See, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not excusing, domestic violence or anything like that, but that can be a cause. Is that you never truly knew who you were, and all you know is, this is how I deal with my pain and feel better for a little bit, is taking out violence on something. Whether it's breaking a TV, punching a hole through a wall, cutting your skin, I got the scars to prove it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I deal with me when I'm feeling bad. So when you're feeling bad, guess what I'm gonna do to you? That's the only thing I know. Especially if you grew up in a household of violence. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't have to be who you end up being. That's just what you know right now. And the whole thing with this would be, how can you, because when you get into a relationship, it's not just you anymore, it's not, it's you and her, or you and him, you or them, you or they. It's not just you any longer, and you gotta understand that. So like, you're dealing with another person's emotions and another person's feelings, and that's very important. I don't take that lightly, because if and I've been told this in the past, and I've experienced this in the past, you have the power. But the whole thing is, with that, you have the power in your hand to make this person's life that much better or that much worse. It goes both ways. Once you get into a relationship and it's serious, you have the power to make this person's life worth living or worth dying over. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I have to tell my little cousins sometimes that are getting into relationships. It's like, you're letting part of your heart go. Make sure that you know who you are and what you want before you let it get to that point. Because when it gets to that point, there's not much that can stop it. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to that point, there's not much that can happen that'll be like, yeah, I'm just over her or over him. No. And now you're in this toxic relationship and you don't know what's going on. And what not the main reason, but one of the reasons could be like, what are you even doing? You don't even know why you love to hate this bitch, or even hate to love this bitch. You don't know what's going down, because you don't know you. So what do you need? What do you desire? You know what I'm saying? What are the things that'll make you happy? And then you could get to what would make her happy. If what makes you happy is making her happy, that's one thing you should fucking know. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that's a great asset to know. If your only goal in life after meeting this woman is to make her feel the best in the world, to make her feel like she's the only woman that's alive that you look at, if that is the goal, that's good. You know what I'm saying? That's what my grandfather does. 27 years, his anniversary is today. 27 years of marriage. Never had any issues. If your goal is to, hey, I want a person to be by my side as I accomplish my goals and my dreams, and I want their only purpose to be, something, or if I want them to be a part of that, you know what I'm saying, in some way, then let that be known to you before you let that be known to her. You gotta know that first. Don't lie to yourself. That's the other thing that I genuinely have issues with people sometimes. Don't lie to yourself. You can lie to a lot of people in this world, but lying to yourself is very dangerous. Like, if you know that's what you want, just say it then. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like, because the worst thing that can happen is I'm not down with that, and then that relationship ends. And I know, you probably are at the cusp of that point to where I don't want to lose this person, but you also have to understand what's worse: staying with this person but being miserable because you can never do what you truly and deep down in your heart want to do, or leaving to either better yourself and do what you want to do, or find a person that's actually down with that. Which one's worse? I know which one would be worse for me, is being in a relationship that I may love the person, but I don't love how they don't let me accomplish my goals. You know what I'm saying? Or my dreams, or they're not down with it, or they say my dreams are fucking stupid, or shit like that. I hate that. Crush and blow. I hate Devora. But yeah, that would crush me as a person. If you just want hoes, let that be known. That's what you do. That's what you do. I have a person that I'm close with that says he woke up one day and was like, you know what? I fuck hoes. And guess what? To this day, he fucks hoes. That's what he did. He woke up one day and was like, you know what? I fuck hoes. Like, I don't love being tied down in a relationship for long periods of time. I love to fuck hoes, and I love to be with hoes. And what I'm gonna tell him, like, that's what he wanted to do. That's what he figured out about himself. He loves to fuck hoes and be around hoes and do that. So what's the problem? At least you learned that about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So don't lie to yourself. Don't deprive yourself of things that you know you want just because anybody said that it's a bad idea. You can't do that. And if that was true love, they'd be down with it. You know what I'm saying? Or if she or he or them or they were the right person for you, then that's what it is. Then they'd be down with it. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, it could just be that you found a person that wasn't with it, and compromises do have to be made. That's a thing that happens. I'm not saying compromises are just never gonna happen. All I'm saying is that compromises are for things that you are willing to compromise. And that goes back to the kid. I was not willing to compromise not having kids for the rest of my life for this person. That's a hard no, automatic no. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it is. I just wasn't willing to consent to that. But like, if someone was like, hey, for this, like, I love you, can you just like stop fucking not cleaning up after yourself? Okay, well, that's okay. Or, hey, can you clean up, can you specifically do the bathroom and I do everything? Okay then. Like, that's not nothing. Now, if you have a problem over that, then that's a different issue and we can talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that's between y'all and y'all relationship. But I know for me, there's a lot of hard no's that we're not doing. Also, bringing this back to BDSM, if you want 24/7 just to please your dom or please your sub, that's also a thing that you there's people for that. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that realm and I was like, I'm not there yet. But, final thing, and this is the most important thing. Do not be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever second guess a decision that you made. Unless it was for obviously the wrong reasons. Here's what I mean by that. Okay, it's not okay to rob that drugstore, right? Or rob that bank. But you did it? Okay, maybe while you're in jail, listen, you got to think about that. Like, man, maybe that was a bad decision. But if in your mind you think that is the right decision and you make that call, if you make that call, stick with that call. You made it. And by good or bad, hook or crook, you made that decision. You stick with it. You know what I'm saying? And because That's only if in your heart of hearts you think that was the right call. But like, if you look back on it, it's like, man, maybe that wasn't the deal. Well, okay. But if in your heart of hearts, even if it goes bad, you believe that, like, man, it didn't work out the way I intended, but like, I had good intentions. I thought this could work. You ride with that. Don't ever second guess yourself. You know why? Because the next time you get into a hard decision, you're gonna be second guessing. You're gonna be second guessing, and then when it's time, you're gonna freeze. You're gonna freeze. That's happened to me so much, and that's why I stress that, especially this last part. I made a decision, and it didn't turn out great. I ain't got to go into details. The people who know, they know. I made a decision. I made a call. It was a bad call. It was a bad call in the sense of it didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. And I actually think it may have affected a lot of long-term things that I care not to speak about. Maybe if I get drunk enough and do another relationship time, I got you. But like right now, I don't care to speak about. But it went bad. And even through that, I never second guessed it because that was right in my mind. So it's not just the other person you have to deal with in the relationship, you also have to deal with yourself as well. Make sure you know yourself, you at least love yourself to some degree. Make sure you always keep up with you, and at the end of the day, make decisions that are best for you, and most of the time that is best for the relationship. It's Victor fucking Freeze, and I'll see y'all next time.